Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Syahmie bin Muhammad Khairuddin and my partner is Athirah Faridah binti Haslina. Today I'm going to present about the financial literacy education and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. Now we go to the research background. In Malaysia, retirement planning has been a major issue because it has direct consequence on social problems and personal well-being. The purpose of this study was to examine the key determinants in retirement planning specific on financial literacy to improve the aspects of financial retirement planning, particularly for the civil servant in Johor. There are three key determinants being highlighted in study. The relationship towards retirement planning. The next one is problem statement. According to Miller, Maitland, and Weller in year 2015, many Americans were facing dilemma of not having enough money to maintain their living upon retirement, and this problem was becoming worse over time. According to Employee Benefit Resource Institute in year 2020, more seniors risk running short of money in retirement due to their increased likelihood of holding debt. According to a recent study by Khazanah Research Institute, in 2017, people are borrowing too much and not saving enough. The risk of pensioner poverty is frighteningly real. Now we go to the research objective. The first research objective is to identify a significant relationship between financial planning and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. And the second research objective is to identify a significant relationship between goal clarity and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. And last research objective is to identify a significant relationship between saving attitude and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. Next is the research question. The first research question is does financial planning have significant relationship with retirement planning? The second research question is does goal clarity have significant relationship with retirement planning? The last research question is does saving attitude have significant relationship with retirement planning?
So now I will continue to present about our conceptual framework used in this research. As you can see, we adapt the conceptual framework from a theory of life cycle, which comprises of financial planning, goal clarity, and saving attitude as the independent variable, and focus to our dependent variable, which is retirement planning. So now I will continue in explaining to you about our literature review. As I said before, we have one dependent variable, which is retirement planning, and three independent variable, which is financial planning, goal clarity, and saving attitude. So let's see the dependent variable, which is according to the past research, lack of retirement planning translates into low level of retirement wealth accumulations, according to Lusardi and Mitchell 2007, 2008, 2009, and 2011. So let's see the first independent variable, which is financial planning. Life Insurance Associations of Malaysia (LIAM) stated that less than 5% of Malaysians are financially prepared to retire. Habib 2007, Mock et al. 2007. As for that, the hypothesis built, which is H1 null, there is no significant relationship between financial planning and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. So next we go to our next independent variable, which is goal clarity. So according to Glass and Kilpatrick 1998, objectives play a significant role in the retirement and financial planning behavior of an individual. So the hypothesis made, which is H2 null, there is no significant relationship between goal clarity and retirement planning among Johor civil servants, while H2 not, there is a significant relationship between goal clarity and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. So the last independent variable is the saving attitude. So according to Yap, Chong, Liu, and Chok 2017, awareness for retirement saving and the capability to make financial decisions for retirement among Malaysians are relatively low. So hypothesis made, H3 now, there is no significant relationship between saving attitude and retirement planning among Johor civil servants, while H3 not, there is a significant relationship between saving attitude and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. Next, let's move into our research methodology. First of all, we look into research design. We adapt a quantitative method as we distribute our questionnaire to respondents in order to obtain the data, and we analyze the data using SPSS. So next we focus on unit of analysis. We focus on an individual civil servant in Johor. For our sample, it focused on 254 respondents among Johor civil servant, while for our sampling technique, we apply a multi-stage sampling technique which comprises of stratified simple technique, simple random sampling, and stratified simple technique. For data measurement, we use a Likert scale because it's easy for respondent to understand and us as a researcher to analyze the data, while for the data collections, there are 5 sections in a questionnaire, which is section A, demographic of respondents. Section B is focused on our dependent variable, which is retirement planning, while section C, financial planning, section D, goal clarity, and section E is saving attitude. 3 of them is our independent variable. So next, we focus on the data analysis. We use a reliability test, normality test, and Pearson correlations. Reliability test we use to analyze the reliable of our questionnaire, and we only use 30 early respondents in analyze the data. While normality tests, we use to analyze the normality of data and to determine whether the sample data has been drawn from a normal distributions of populations, while a Pearson correlations is the most crucial one. We use to identify the significant relationship between the independent variable and dependent variable.
Now we go to the demographic finding. The first one is gender. For female, it's recorded 129 and 50.8%, and for male 125 recorded and 49.2%. And for the age, the first one is 21 until 26 years old, with frequency 24 and percentage 9.4. For 27 until 31 years old, with frequency 27 and the percentage is 10.6%. For 32 until 36 years old, frequency is 33, the percentage is 13%. And 37 until 41 years old, frequency 52 and the percentage is 20.5. 42 until 46 years old, frequency 41 and the percentage is 16.1. For 47 until 51 years old, frequency 33 and the percentage is 13%. For the 52 until 56 years old, frequency is 26 and the percentage is 11.4%. And last one is 57 until 60 years old, the frequency is 15 and the percentage is 5.9. Next one is for ethnic. The frequency for Malay is recorded 139 and the percentage is 54.7. The next one is Chinese 48 and the percentage is 18.9%. For the Indian, it's recorded 38 and the percentage is 50%. And for the others, and the percentage is 11.4. And the next one is marital status. The frequency for the single is 69 and the percentage is 27.2. For the married, 161 frequency and the percentage is 63.4. The last one is divorce. For divorce, it's recorded 24 frequency and the percentage is 9.4. The level of education that we put in this questionnaire have 5 categories. The first one is certificate with frequency 24 and the percentage is 9.4%. For diploma, the frequency 30 and the percentage is 11.8. For degree, 127 frequency and 50% each. For master, 53 frequency and the percentage is 20.9%. And last one is PhD, 20 frequency and the percentage is 7.9. So the most frequency of percentage in this level of education is degree, and The least one is PhD. The total of annual income for RM 30,000 ringgit until 40,000 ringgit with frequency 66 and the percentage is 26%. For 50,000 ringgit until 60,000 ringgit with 70 frequency and 27.6%. For 60,000 until 70,000 with frequency 75 and 29.5%. And last one is 70,000 and above with frequency 43 and the percentage is 6.9%. So the last one is types of pension scheme. There are two types, which is public pension scheme and employees provided scheme, or we call it as EPF. The frequency of pension is 224 and the percentage is 88.2%. And for the EPF, the frequency is 30 and the percentage is 11.
Back to me, Athirah. So now I will continue in presenting our main finding. Basically, there are three main findings for the research, which is involve those three research objectives. So now I will go to the first main finding, which is focused on the first research objective, which is to identify a significant relationship between financial planning and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. The analysis that we use to identify the relationship is a Pearson correlations, and we obtain a result R equal to 0.111 while P equal to 0.077. So as P is more than 0.005, so the hypothesis made, which is H1 null is accepted and H1 not is rejected. So there is no significant relationship between financial planning and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. Next, we go to the next main finding, which is focused on the second objective, which is to identify a significant relationship between goal clarity and retirement planning among Johor civil servant. Analysis that we use in order to identify the relationship is a Pearson correlation, and we obtain a result R equal to 0.287 while P equal to 0.000. As you can see, P is less than 0.005, so hypothesis H2 not is accepted while H2 null is rejected. As a conclusion, there is a significant relationship between goal clarity and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. Next, we go to our last main finding, which focuses on the third objective, which is to identify a significant relationship between saving attitude and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. Same as well, we use the Pearson correlations as our analysis, and we obtain a result R equal to 0.501 while the P is equal 0.000. So since P is less than 0.005, so the hypothesis H3 naught is accepted while H3 null is rejected. So the conclusion is there is a significant relationship between saving attitude and retirement planning among Johor civil servants.
Now we go for the discussion. There are two types of discussion, which is implication of study and recommendation. We go to the implication of study. The first one is help civil servant in order to know the value of retirement planning. The second one is spread awareness about important on financial literacy education. And last one is useful for the policymakers in establishing policies in future for retirees. For the recommendation, the first one is more precise A results. The second one is be specific research toward the types of goals chosen by the civil servant during their pension, and the other one is further narrow the scopes of the study. The one is limitation of the study. The first one is limited scope, which is as the title of the only focuses on your civil servant retirement planning. Maybe we can focus to the other state. For example, is Perak, Negeri Sembilan, or Selangor. So on. The second one is distribution of questionnaire. Questionnaire may be answered by non-eligible persons. It must be sent to the right person. The next one is limited sample. which is make identifying the population or a specific.
Hello. For the last part, we go to the conclusion. Basically, this research is about the influence of financial literacy educations and retirement planning among Johor civil servants. So the results are proven by using the Pearson correlation test. Among three independent variables, only two are related with retirement planning, which is goal clarity and saving attitude. Meanwhile, the other independent variable, which is financial planning, is not related. Therefore, all research objective and research question was truly answered and accomplished.